Welcome in to the Cake Eaters Avalanche podcast, Stars versus Avs Reverse Retro Night Edition. I am doing a solo pod tonight because Eddie is in Disney World, I believe, having some fun over there. Hopefully, right now he's on Space Mountain, which is my favorite ride, enjoying himself a little bit. So well-earned break from for Big Ed. So I will be doing solo podcast duty tonight. Um, Hosting is not something I'm super comfortable with at all, but I'm going to give it a try. So bear with me. The Avs won 4-1 in what was not their best game tonight. I didn't think, but they got bailed out by their goalie a little bit, especially in the penalty parade second period, and they rode him to victory. They were counterattacking pretty well, limiting Dallas. They were cool with Dallas shooting just from the outside, and because they knew Georgiev was going to make all those saves pretty easily, and they were counterattacking really well, stressing out the Stars defense, especially I thought Lindell and Hakanpää, the slower guys for Dallas, really had a tough night with the Avs counterattacking speed. Um, you could see it. I didn't think Colin Miller had the greatest night either, just another slower guy. Um, so yeah, it was a good night for the Avs. And at this point, with all these injuries, you can know if you can hear me. Um, Give me 1 second. La la la. All right, all right, all right, all right. Sorry about that. We're back. My microphone turned off. Um, Not sure why. Um, but let's get into the game a little bit. Let's get into some of the more fine details of it. Um, so the first shift of the game, the Avs, maybe second shift of the game, the Avs draw a penalty. They go to the power play, and it wasn't a very good power play until Jamie Benn overskates a puck and Nathan MacKinnon steals it from him and snipes one low glove on Scott Wedgwood. So a really beautiful goal from Nate there. Um, Not Jamie Benn's best night tonight, as we'll kind of get to it a little bit later. But man, he, yeah, that first goal not pretty. Um, and then later he was um, I think directly responsible for another Avalanche goal. Yeah, the Josh Manson goal, the second goal. Um, so that was a nice play as well. Lecky just gets a puck on net. Sometimes that's all it takes. And rebound right to Josh Manson, who read the play really well. Usually you don't see big defensive defensemen jumping in, but as we've seen, Josh Manson, he's willing to do it, and he did it well there, pokes in the rebound, beats Jamie Benn. And so, yeah, Jamie Benn. I know he's been a bit of a revelation for the Stars this year. He's got a lot of points, but not his best night tonight. So, and to be honest with you, didn't play very well in the other game against the Avs either. So, haven't seen Jamie Benn's best so far. If you're the Avalanche. So 2-0 lead and feeling good. The Stars gave a bit of a push at the end of the first period. Um, you know, a lot of the shots were from the outside. Um, but one of those things is when you're shooting that much as Dallas was in this game, Sometimes you're going to get rebounds and stuff like that, lucky stuff, but everything that Dallas shot just stuck to Georgiev, which was awesome. So that really helped out the Avs defenseman, and I mean Georgiev was just locked in the whole game. So, um, but yeah, so first period ends 2-0 Avs. Really good period. I thought it was probably the Avs' best period of the game in terms of um, creativity, generation offensively, and to be honest with you, Dallas really didn't do a whole lot offensively themselves until about the last 3-4 minutes of the period. So, really good period there for the Avs, 2-0, taking advantage of a team on the second half of a back to back. You know, the Avs did have some travel, but they didn't play. So, you have the advantage there with the water main break um, in Nashville. So, then the second period, weirdest, one of the weirdest periods of the season so far. So, um, yeah, it was the penalty parade. The Avs, Josh Manson took 3 penalties. The Avs took a too many men penalty, and there was one more. I can't remember. Um, oh yeah, Nathan McKinnon, the hooking penalty. Uh, so parade to the box for the Avs. Obviously not ideal. The Stars score on the second power play. They get to make it 2-1. It's just a shot from Heiskanen out up top, and it hits Pavelski's stick, and then it hits a couple of skates and goes in. And honestly, they first gave it to Pavelski, and then they like changed it to Ben, and I think they changed it back to Pavelski. Yes, Joe Pavelski did score his goal on the power play, a really lucky goal. And, you know, Avs killer Joe Pavelski back at it again. What else is new? On a deflection, nonetheless. He's made a living off of that play, and he's made a living against the Avalanche in particular. So it was not a surprising, not a surprising goal to give up there. I'm honestly surprised it didn't happen again. So, um, but yeah, so the Avs keep taking penalties. Josh Manson, uh, I thought a couple of them were soft, especially on Manson. I didn't think. I thought the referees were a bit out of line in some of the stuff that they called against him specifically. But obviously, too many men is something you can't argue with. That Nate hooking, you can't argue with that. Manson tripping, you can't argue with that. The other two, though, for Manson, I really wasn't a fan of, but that's all right. The Avs did what they had to do. They just played the game they were in, and they killed 4 of the 5 penalties, which I would say is a win. So then, uh, in between all of the penalty mess, somewhere in there, the Avs score at 5v5. And it was a really nice play by Alex Newhook, Martin Kaut, and Dryden Hunt, who finished the play off. So that line was really, really good tonight. I really, really liked. I really liked all 3 of those guys, and I thought they I thought that it was a really good balance of cycling for Dryden Hunt, who's not the most skilled guy in the world, and then Kaut and Newhook really fed off each other with quick little passing plays and um, just really good stuff from that line. Really, really liked it. Um, they were working the whole game. They get rewarded. Newhook gets rewarded for shooting. He needs to shoot more. And, because when he does shoot, good things tend to happen. He shot nearly 12% last year. And this year, I bet it's down to about 15% at this point, but that's still really high, especially if he can maintain that level of shooting. So, Newhook Really nice play, get the shot on net. Hunt pokes it through Wedgwood's 5 hole, and it was a much needed goal. I think this was the point in the game where you were like, okay, they're going to be fine because Dallas, they're starting to play good. They're not letting the Avs get to the red line to get it deep. That's what Dallas does. That's what Pete DeBoer teams do really well. They don't let you get to the red line to get it deep, to get a change. They kind of make you flip it out to their defenseman, and then they go right back in, so you can't get any guys off the ice. So, but the Avs, they get that one goal, really important goal in the game, and they make it 3-1, give themselves a little breathing room, and then obviously they go straight back to taking penalties. So I believe they took three in like 5 minutes. So it was really just a battle for the rest of that period. And quite honestly, it was poor officiating, but they played the game they were in, like I said, and they battled and come out of the period 3-1. Um, take that as a win. Any period you take 5 penalties. So the third period, it was quite honestly a slog. You could tell Dallas, this is where Dallas really, you could see those back to back legs, especially at altitude, right? Um, Not a whole lot of juice from Dallas in that third period, and most of their opportunities were one and done. Um, they they just didn't look great in the third period, and I didn't think the Avs looked great either. But it was just kind of one of those, like, both teams knew where this was headed, and it was an Avs victory. Um, Basically, from the start of this game, you could just kind of see, like, the Stars. They played hard, but they didn't really ever. They weren't really ever able to get. Yeah, so they. Sorry about that. So they weren't really able to get anything dangerous enough past Georgiev, and once they went 1 for 5, over 3 on those last 3 power plays, when they even had a little bit of a 5-on-3. It was just, you could tell they weren't giving they weren't really ever gonna tie this game, let alone win it. So um, then the Avs, just kind of in the midst of all the slog, um, kind of a random play. They score. LOC crashes the net. Just another greasy goal. LOC, I thought, had a really good game. He looked he was just smart with the puck the whole game. That line, in particular, whoever they were matched up against didn't really get much on them, and smart with the puck, and they even created some chances of their own. So I really liked LOC, and he gets rewarded with the goal. So really nice play there, crashing the net for the rebound. Um, the Avs got some power plays in the third period. Really not very good on these power plays. I mean, at some points, not even competitive. Um, they they would enter the zone, and then nothing would happen basically, and they'd end up settling for a low quality shot. So um, not good. It did kind of suck for a little bit because Dallas was kind of hanging around. The Avs couldn't score, couldn't capitalize on these power plays, but LOC, you know, nets the fourth one, gets the Avs. Basically, they secure the bag there. Everything was basically academic from there. Not a whole lot happened until the end of the game, when Jacob McDonald got in a fight with number, what was it, 15. I couldn't really see I had already gotten up and left the building. Did not want to be stuck in that traffic. Um, so you know, I'm trying to find who he fought, but um, anyhow, Jacob McDonald, the Stars picked a couple fights with the Avs in the last two meetings. Jamie Benn gets his share rocked by Josh Manson, and um, today, whoever that was, I don't even know, got his shit rocked by Jay Con. So just a oh yeah, it was it was Luke Glendening, yeah. So he got his shit rocked by Jacob McDonald. So Stars probably shouldn't be picking fights with the Avs. Just not a strategy that they should be using anytime soon. I don't know when these two teams play again, but again, just overall, just a good game for the Avs. The Stars didn't really play amazing or anything. I honestly think, besides the production, I didn't think they played very well. That's just how it goes sometimes. If you think back to Nathan McKinnon against Nashville a couple weeks ago, I mean, that's probably the best game he played all year, and he, I think, recorded one assist, couldn't score. And then tonight, I didn't think he played any very good at all. I didn't think Miko played very good either. They were okay. Um, I think Miko I'll give okay. I didn't think Nate was very good at all, and they produce. So just kind of one of those nights where you catch a tired team. Um, Good situation for the Avs, and they capitalized. So top guys didn't really think they were awesome. One shout out that I will give is to Sam Girard. I thought he was really, really good. I thought he was the Avs' best defenseman tonight. Um, I better than Manson. I know Manson has the goal, the assist, and the all the penalty minutes, the entertainment value, but really, I thought Sam Girard was the Avs' best defenseman tonight in terms of just it was very tidy in his own zone. His passes were all the right decision. He was executing every single pass, amazing puck movement, and you could tell, man, that really, really helped the Avs compared to Andreas Englund, where he's kind of guys like that are kind of just throwing the puck up the wall and hoping for the best, whereas Girard takes that extra second and diagnoses the forecheck and makes a breakout pass. So really, really good stuff from him tonight. And yeah, I think that brings me to my 3 stars. So I will give an honorable mention to Alex Newhook. Like I said, that whole line was just really good tonight. Alex Newhook records a point, obviously, on his assist. Um, really good game from him. I thought he was flying. I thought he was making the correct play with the puck every time. A couple of execution errors, but you don't really mind that as long as his head's in the right place. Um, and especially in a game that you're basically winning from start to finish. So Alex Newhook, honorable mention, really good game from him. I'll go 3 with Manson. The goal, the assists, the entertainment value was there with Josh Manson tonight. He was fun to watch. Those penalties are kind of a joke, but you know he uh, he battled through those. You know, gave the referees the business a little bit, tell them that they're bad, and got the crowd into it a little bit as well. So credit to Josh Manson um, for a good game tonight. I'm going to give my 2nd star to Girard. I already talked about him again. Just so good, so efficient, so clean tonight. He even got some pucks through, which you don't really see very often. jumping into the play. I don't know if he recorded a point. I don't believe so. He definitely deserved one. Um, let's see. So first goal was McKinnon unassisted. Second goal was Manson from Miko and Lecky. Third goal was Hunt from Newhook and Kaut. Fourth goal was they changed it to Cogliano. So LOC's goal changed it to Cogliano. Manson grabs the assist on that. Um, I kind of figured that this might happen. LOC puts it in, but it does go off of just barely off of Cogliano. You got to see it on the replay. Um, again, that's kind of just a team goal right there. You do have to assign a goal to somebody, but on that kind of play, it doesn't really belong to Andrew Cogliano. It belongs to all the 5-man unit on the ice right there. Just some good quality hockey. Um, kind of in the muck of that third period, just a weird period. Um, nothing really happened until that goal. So player I didn't like. I did get into it a little. Didn't like the top line tonight. Um, I just didn't think the process was very good at 5v5. Obviously, they produce. They each have a point. Great. Um, didn't like them at all. Really at 5v5. But that's how it goes sometimes. So they did, however, get a little bit of a break tonight, which was good to see. Recently they've been up near, uh, you know, 25, 26 minutes apiece with all the injuries. And tonight they were at 21, 23, and 22, respectively. And the fourth line got up into the sevens. So that is good to see. Makar still 26, but it's not the it's not the 32 that we've been seeing from him. And Alex Georgiev is my first star. So um, man, it's just so refreshing to have a goalie like this, man. He's so quick side to side. He's on his angles. He everything that it feels like everything that other teams shoot just sticks right to him. The low danger stuff, anyways. It's not popping out into the slot unless it's sort of more of a high danger chance. So I just think that, man, he again, sorry about that. We're back. Headphones keep shutting off. So bear with me again. Like I said, not super familiar with hosting. So where was I? Yes, Alex Georgiev. So the shots, the lower danger shots, it feels like they just hit him, they stick, or they hit him, pucks in the corner. Um, you don't really see those gigantic rebounds. They happen sometimes, but man, he's really exciting. I can't wait to see what this team looks like with quality goaltending when they're fully healthy. So I'm very excited for Georgiev. He was unbeatable tonight, except for a puck that got tipped and then hit a couple of things. I think a skate and then a shin pad and went in. So again, just quality stuff from Georgiev. So now that kind of wraps up the game. Like, it wasn't the most entertaining game. The Avs kind of just took care of business, got through the muck in the second period with all those penalties. And now they head out on the road. So, um, last game of November will be Tuesday. They will go to Winnipeg. So excuse me, they get a couple days off. They go to Winnipeg. Winnipeg has the same exact record as the Avs, 12-6-1. Um, that should be a good game. I don't know if Winnipeg plays tomorrow. I would actually imagine they do. Maybe they're getting a break though. Yeah, so Winnipeg is in Chicago tomorrow, and then they will go home on Tuesday to play the Avs. So the Avs get an extra day here, which I think will benefit them. Then they go to Buffalo. Um, Buffalo has been hit or miss this year, so hopefully you catch them on an off night. But that's a pretty good team. Even though they're 9-12-0, they've been better recently. Um, so that'll be on Thursday. And then on Saturday, the Avs go to Boston, and that'll be a fun game. Um, Boston is really good. They're 18-3-0 on their first 21, so that should be an entertaining game. I don't know how that goes. The Avs historically have been very good in Boston. They lost last year, so we'll see. And then they go to Philadelphia, and on Monday the 5th. So should be an interesting road trip. A little four gamer out east mostly. Get one Western Conference opponent, then you go play three Eastern teams who are pretty close to each other. So hopefully they can, steal 4 to 8 points somewhere in there. If 8, obviously you're golden. Hopefully they can steal 4 of those points here with all these injuries, man. It was nice to have it's been nice to have Gerard back for the puck moving, but man, they need a little bit more firepower up front. It's a one-line team right now. Obviously, the depth played good tonight, but you can't rely on that bottom nine to produce like that on a night-to-night basis. So we'll see how this road trip goes. Then the Avs in December. I know this is kind of a long preview, but they get to enjoy a little bit of home cooking. Um, so that'll be really nice. They after after the Flyers game, 9 of the next 12 will be at home. So they really get to enjoy some home cooking. Hopefully they can, take most of those points. Um, but yeah, so it's just around the new year, a lot of home games. So I think right now they're still in survival mode. They're 12-6-1. That's pretty good. Um, Especially with all these injuries, it's just been kind of the story of the season. So, we'll see about this road trip. Again, just looking for 4 points. Ideally, you beat the Sabres and the Flyers. Those are 2 games you need. The Jets game would be nice to get. Um, Historically, they haven't been great up in Winnipeg. Just kind of one of those buildings that they haven't been great in historically. So we'll see. Interesting road trip. Again, good game tonight. First game in the reverse retros. My thoughts on the kit, they're pretty good. I don't think they're amazing, but they're pretty clean and it's all right. It pays homage to the state. Um, I like white at home. It was kind of weird at first. It's kind of cool to see my team wearing white at home. So um, again, just a good vibes night all around, and I think that is going to do it for the Cake Eaters podcast um, here tonight on the 26th of November in the Avs' first reverse retro game. They win 4-1 against Dallas. Again, my 3 stars were who was it? It was Manson, Gerard, and Georgiev. So quality game from the Avs. They took care of business against a tired team. And now I'm tired and I have hockey to play myself tomorrow. So thank you very much. And I will see you all maybe Monday. We'll do a podcast, an off day pod. Stay tuned. Again, thank you so much. Bye bye.